I recognized him by the way he walked, hunched over, dragging his feet as if he carried the weight of his entire life on his back. I never imagined I would see the man who was once my husband like this again, rummaging through torn bags and crushed cans just to survive. I was walking out of the bank with a folder tucked under my arm when I saw him leaning over a dumpster, separating scraps with dirty hands and stashing the aluminum cans into an old sack. My heart stopped. The whole world seemed to shrink down to that corner of the street. There he was, malnourished, beard overgrown, white hair matted, clothes covered in stains, and yet it was him. The man who had once shared my bed, my table, my dreams. I stood paralyzed on the sidewalk, unable to take a single step. I remembered the day he left home without a clear explanation, leaving only a brief, cold letter. It's for the best. That abandonment broke me on the inside for years. I went from rage to contempt, and from contempt to a sadness that never fully went away. And now, after so much time, life was showing him to me like this, reduced to a can collector, invisible to everyone passing him by. I felt ashamed of my own thoughts. A part of me wanted to cross the street so I wouldn't be seen, so I wouldn't mix my past with that misery. But something stronger than pride pushed me to get closer. I took a step, then another. My heels clicked against the pavement, and he raised his head by instinct. Our eyes met. For a second, he recognized me. Then I saw the shock of memory flash across his face. His hands trembled. He tried to move away as if I were a ghost coming to collect an unpayable debt. "Is that you?" I asked with a thread of a voice that didn't sound like mine. He lowered his gaze, ashamed. "You shouldn't see me like this," he said. "Forget it. Go on your way." But before we continue, I want to extend a very special invitation to you. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps me see that you support me and enjoy my stories. And comment down below which city you are watching us from right now. Let's continue. I didn't go on my way. I stood there in front of him with my heart pounding out of my chest. I looked at him closely, the torn shoes, the fingers cracked from the cold, the eyes sunken from hunger. Nothing about this man resembled the one I knew, the respected engineer who wore crisp suits and spoke about construction projects with such passion. "Tell me, why are you living like this?" I demanded, no longer able to hide the trembling. "After everything that happened, I need to know." He pressed his lips together, looking around as if he feared someone might be listening. Then he shook his head slowly. "You should never have seen me again," he whispered. "I did everything so you wouldn't have to carry this." I stepped closer. I could smell the stale sweat, the streets, the poverty. "With what?" I asked. "With what did you do all this, Thaddeus?" That was when he looked up, and with eyes full of tears, he let out the sentence that split me in two. "It was to save you." I felt like I was running out of air. My legs went weak. I grabbed his arm so he wouldn't fall. "Save me from what?" I said, almost begging. Thaddeus tried to stay on his feet, but his body no longer responded. He fainted in my arms, collapsing onto the dirty asphalt like an old tree that can no longer hold itself up. I screamed for help. A couple of passers-by approached. We called an ambulance. While we waited, I knelt beside him, holding his head against my lap, just like I used to do when we were young and he got sick. I never thought I would hold him like this again. Fragile. Defeated.